Bitch, you come over here, it's gonna be different.
What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What the
This is crazy. Let him go, let him go, let him go.
He good, let him.
I find myself in the vibrant center of New York City, a place where people chase their dreams and hearts are often broken. Chrissy Lamine now faces a moment of profound crisis. Her relationship with Jim Jones had always been a captivating story, one filled with love, laughter, and a shared vision for the future. Together, they had become one of the most admired couples in the public eye, constantly praised for their dedication and passion. But beneath the allure of their glamour and elegance, a devastating secret was lurking, threatening to shatter everything they had worked so hard to build. It started like any other evening. After a busy day, Chrissy was looking forward to unwinding, perhaps enjoying a quiet dinner and pleasant conversation with Jim. But as she settled into the familiar comfort of her apartment, she noticed a notification on her phone. At first, she thought nothing of it, but a sudden, inexplicable urge led her to check social media. What she discovered left her in utter shock.
Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're
what
okay with this. Are you okay with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
Rumors were spreading like wildfire. Chris's stomach twisted in agony as she learned that Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. The revelation struck her with such intensity that it almost felt like a physical blow. Her heart raced, each beat echoing the sting of betrayal. How could the man she loved so deeply, the man with whom she had shared so many dreams, hurt her in this way? The weight of the discovery left her breathless, and as she scrolled through post after post, trying to piece together the truth, a wave of confusion, anger, and sadness overwhelmed her. Her entire world was suddenly overshadowed by grief. A secret girlfriend had emerged from nowhere, and Chrissy was left questioning everything about their relationship. All the years they had spent together now felt like an elaborate illusion, with their promises falling apart. How had Jim managed to hide such an important part of his life for so long? In the days that followed, Chrissy found herself submerged in a sea of lies and deceit. Her reality became shrouded in mystery, as the betrayal sank deeper into her soul. Though her friends surrounded her with support, trying to console her, it felt like nothing could alleviate the pain she was experiencing. But through all the heartache, Chrissy realized she could not continue being a victim. She would not let Jim's actions define her life. This wasn't just about his infidelity, it was about reclaiming her own story. After years of building a life with him, Chrissy decided she would not let his choices dictate her future. Instead of sinking into despair, she chose to rise, much like a phoenix emerging from the ashes. Chrissy began to seriously consider divorce, but not just as a formal end to their marriage. To her, it became a powerful symbol of empowerment. It was about freeing herself from the chains of betrayal and allowing herself the possibility of new experiences and opportunities. With the help of her friends, Chrissy navigated the difficult process of divorce, seeking legal advice and carefully planning the next steps in her life. She was determined to take control, no longer allowing Jim's actions to shape her fate. When the time came to confront Jim, the tension was palpable. The once lively home they shared, filled with laughter and memories, now felt cold and suffocating. Chris's heart was racing, but she knew she had to stand tall. She looked him in the eyes, her voice steady and unwavering, and said, "You broke our trust, Jim. You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." Jim's demeanor shifted from defensive to remorseful as he tried to explain himself. But as he spoke, Chrissy felt something lift off her shoulders, a weight she didn't realize had been there for so long. With each word, she was reclaiming the power and the narrative that had been so dramatically altered. By the time they parted ways that day, Chrissy knew she was stepping into a new chapter of her life, one that would be all her own. The following weeks, Chrissy focused on rediscovering herself. She reconnected with old friends, reignited passions she had neglected, and took time to travel, experiencing new places and embracing new opportunities. As the city lights shimmered against the night sky, Chrissy found herself filled with a renewed sense of hope. Despite the sadness, she discovered that beauty and strength could emerge from the hardest of times. Chrissy emerged from the ashes of betrayal stronger than ever. Her spirit remained unbroken by Jim's choices, and she came to understand that the most difficult journeys often led to the most transformative experiences. With an open heart, Chrissy embraced a future shaped by her own decisions, one that promised to be rich with love, empowerment, and newfound freedom. In the heart of New York City, where people chase their dreams and hearts are often broken, Chrissy Lamine stood at a crossroads. Her relationship with Jim Jones had always been a fascinating story, one full of love, laughter, and a shared vision for the future. They were a power couple, admired for their commitment and passion. But beneath the dazzling surface, a hidden secret had threatened to destroy everything they had worked for. As the evening unfolded, Chrissy realized that the life she had once known would never be the same again, and she was ready to take control of her own destiny.
Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're
my-
okay with this. Are you
Look
okay
at
with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
Yeah, you should.
Rumors began to swirl around Chrissy as she scrolled through posts and comments, desperately trying to piece together the fragments of the truth. The weight of the revelation pressed down on her, leaving her breathless. The rumors of Jim's infidelity had now culminated in a shocking disclosure: Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. It felt like a jagged knife twisting deep within her gut. The shock was so intense, it almost felt like a physical blow, each heartbeat echoing the sting of betrayal. And as if that weren't enough, Chrissy discovered that this secret woman, this new figure in Jim's life, had appeared out of nowhere like a ghost haunting the edges of her reality. In that moment, every memory she had of their years together seemed like a cruel illusion. The promises they made to each other dissolved into thin air. How could Jim have hidden such a monumental part of his life from her for so long? The answers eluded her, wrapped in layers of lies and deceit. In the days that followed, Chrissy was consumed by a whirlwind of emotions: anger, disbelief, and a profound sense of sadness. Her friends rallied around her, offering support and trying to console her in the midst of the turmoil. But no matter how much they tried to comfort her, every conversation was a painful reminder of the life she thought she had built. The weight of betrayal was overwhelming, and though she could feel the concern and sympathy of those close to her, one thing became clear: she would not allow herself to be a victim. As the days passed, Chris's resolve grew stronger. She realized that this situation was about more than just Jim's infidelity. It was about reclaiming her own story. She had spent years building a life with him, and she refused to let his choices define her. Instead of succumbing to despair, Chrissy made the powerful decision to rise from the ashes, like a phoenix. She began to entertain the idea of getting a divorce, not just as a formality, but as an act of empowerment. Divorce, in her mind, became a means of freeing herself from the shackles of betrayal, opening herself to new opportunities and adventures. With the support of her friends, Chrissy navigated the difficult and emotional divorce process. She sifted through mountains of paperwork, consulted legal professionals, and made the determined decision to take control of her future. When the time came to face Jim, the tension in the room was palpable. The once familiar walls that had witnessed their laughter now seemed confining, almost like a prison. Chris's heart pounded in her chest as she prepared to confront him, but she knew she had to speak her truth. She looked him in the eyes, her voice unwavering, and said, "You shattered us, Jim. You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." As Jim tried to explain himself, his defensiveness quickly turned to regret, but Chrissy refused to let his justifications sway her. With each word she spoke, she felt the burden lifting from her shoulders. She was reclaiming her power and taking back the narrative that had been so drastically altered. By the time they parted ways, Chrissy knew she was stepping into a new chapter of her life, one that was hers and hers alone. In the weeks that followed, Chrissy threw herself into self-discovery. She reconnected with old friends, rediscovered passions she had long neglected, and even began traveling, seeking out new experiences and adventures. As the city lights twinkled like stars against the night sky, Chrissy reaffirmed her belief that life could still be beautiful, even after immense grief. With each new experience, she grew stronger, realizing that beauty could coexist with sorrow. Stronger than ever, Chrissy embraced the future with open arms. Her spirit remained unaffected by Jim's decisions, and she was ready to write her own story, one of self-empowerment, love, and freedom. From the ashes of betrayal, Chrissy had emerged not just unscathed, but with a renewed sense of self. In conclusion, Chrissy came to understand that often the most transformational experiences arise from the greatest hardships. With unwavering courage, she embarked on a life that was shaped by her own choices, one that promised to be rich, colorful, and completely her own. Her heart remained open to new possibilities, and she was determined to build a future that was uniquely hers. In a recent conversation on Love and Hip Hop New York, Mama Jones shared that she and Chrissy don't get along, stating there are no words between them. Mama Jones explained that she purposefully avoids Chrissy, claiming Chrissy isn't happy with their relationship. Chrissy, in response, confirmed that she was not actively pursuing marriage with Jim, a sentiment she had expressed in the past. She said that while they have been dating off and on for nearly 16 years, marriage was no longer a priority for her, though she was still content with their relationship. Mama Jones criticized Chris's statement, calling it untrue. She explained that, as a mother, she would embrace whatever her son chooses, even if she doesn't fully agree. Despite their ongoing relationship struggles, Mama Jones emphasized that her bond with Jim remains strong and that she respects his choices. Jim, on the other hand, had made it clear that he still wished to marry Chrissy, even though she had lost interest in doing so. Despite the years they had spent together, and even after a proposal that many believed was a turning point in their relationship, marriage wasn't in the cards. Chrissy noted that the producers of Love and Hip Hop New York had reached out to her first to return to the show, as they wanted to focus on the core of the program. When asked about their relationship, Chrissy shared that while marriage had once seemed like the natural progression, she no longer believed it was necessary. What is the purpose of getting married before one of us is truly ready? Chrissy reflected. Everyone moves at their own pace, and I don't want to go down that path if it could end in divorce. She emphasized that she was still in the relationship because she chose to be. The couple's relationship continues to evolve, and they will be featured in the upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop starting December 16th. Their journey, filled with ups and downs, has remained a source of fascination for many fans, as they continue to navigate the complexities of love, trust, and commitment.